We're joined now by class of 2024 commit defensive back Chris Johnson II. Chris, congratulations on the commitment to Arizona State, and thanks so much for taking the time today, man.
Thank you. No problem.
First and foremost, obviously, you had plenty of offers, plenty of choices. What stuck out to you about Kenny Dillingham and Arizona State?
Most definitely, just being up there twice, definitely got a good feel for it the first time when I went up there in the spring football and all that. And then just connecting with all the coaches instantly, just felt like, a family away from home. And then just seeing where Coach Dillingham's come from, his track record and everything he's doing with ASU already. I just wanted to be a part of it.
Absolutely. What made ASU different, do you think, than maybe some of the other universities? You mentioned the home away from home, but was there anything specifically about maybe the campus or anything that really stuck out to you?
Tempe in general, just a vibe. Like I've always, and it's close to home, right down only a couple states away, 2-hour flight. So, not that far. Parents loved it. I loved it. So, right away I was like, this is where I want to be. And then when I went there in the spring, I didn't have as many big offers like SMU, Oregon, Utah, stuff like that. So when I went and visited those places, I kind of tried to relate them to Arizona State, and Arizona State just kept prevailing and sticking out. So it's one of my gut.
Absolutely. People hear that you played high school football in Texas, and there's this whole idea of just how crazy the talent is over in Texas. For people that don't know, what is Texas high school football like?
Man, I'm not gonna lie. Other than like all those Cali powerhouse schools, no one's messing with Texas football. It's just different in Texas. Like we just take it to a different level. It's a different pedigree out here. It's more serious.
Absolutely. For people that haven't seen you play, what do you think you bring to the Arizona State defense?
Well, I definitely bring my physicality and confidence off rip. A lot of the coaches I talked to on why they recruited me said it was because of not a lot of DBs like to hit, and I love to hit. So it's just comes with the game. So if you either get hit or hit, so I'd rather hit than get hit. So definitely my physicality, confidence, and winning a state championship last year. Definitely my skill set in big games, big situations, stuff like that.
Absolutely. There's been a couple of defensive backs that have came through Arizona State, specifically in just the last couple of years, that have supreme confidence, supreme swag. Ro Torrance, the guy, Chase Lucas, Jack Jones. So we'll see if you're the next one. Is there anybody that you model your game after, or maybe that you would compare your game to?
I can't say I do. I kind of picking, like I watched Jalen Ramsey again a couple times. See some stuff PS2, Patrick Surtain's doing. So I kind of follow all of them and, do the same drills they're doing so I can try to be on the same level as them, but I'm kind of my own player.
Absolutely. You mentioned earlier that something that maybe separates you from other defensive backs is your physicality, your love to hit rather than being hit. Something about Brian Ward in his scheme at Arizona State. Obviously, we're still waiting to see what it looks like in year one, but really his selling point is that it is all about chaos, right? Whether that be real or simulated chaos, pressure, etc. How do you feel like you fit into that defense?
Man, Coach Ward, me and him sat on the phone for a while, and he told me how I fit in this scheme, and I really liked it. And I can really see myself playing multiple positions on the field. So I can't wait to see what he does this year, and I can't wait to see what we do when I get there.
For sure. Did you get the chance to talk to any players here? And if so, what were those conversations like?
I talked to Ro. I hung out with Ro on my official. I hung out with I can't remember. It's a safety. I can't remember his name right now. I feel because he was my host. I feel bad. That's bad. But yeah, the safety came from USC.
Okay.
I cannot remember his name right now, but I hung out with him and Ro, and they said really good things, really good selling points about ASU. Xavier Alford, that's his name. I could not remember. I didn't want to say Jalen. I knew it wasn't Jalen.
100-yard landlord, man. 100-yard landlord.
That's my boy. Me and him, and Rodney Bimage, the other DB that's committed. Yeah, he was our host for the weekend we were down there, and he's really what sold me on ASU. Just because like I said, when I went down there for my official, I had Oregon, Utah, stuff like that. So with him telling it that he's been at Texas, USC, had all these offers going out of high school, and it took his a smaller school, not a big school like USC or Texas, to finally prevail as a player. Under Dillingham and BC and Coach Ward and all of them. So that was a really big selling point for me.
Absolutely. Obviously, you come into ASU couple other schools that were on your list just in terms of offers, Utah, Oregon. What was the interest for you to play for a Pac-12 school? Or was that not really something that was on your mind, the conference of which you played?
I mean, I never really looked into conferences because, of course, I also had Arkansas, which is big SEC and stuff like that. So, I mean, I just know my dad's always told me it's not where you play because if you play good, they'll come find you. So I don't really look into logos and brands and stuff like that when it comes to where I wanted to go.
Absolutely. I want to get to some of the more fun questions now. We've had players, coaches, all the times that we just throw them some random curveballs. Starting with you, I'm sure you've heard this question before, maybe not on a podcast, but if you were to fight fight an animal of your choosing with a sword, what do you think is the largest animal you could take down with a sword?
Animal. So, like, do you mean like a predator type animal or just animal in general?
Any animal that you think you could confidently take down with a sword. What's the biggest one you think? I think it was one commit that we had on just a couple weeks ago said the biggest animal he could take down with a sword was a bear. I don't know about all that, but
I don't know about bear. I was gonna say elephant because I mean elephant's kind of neutral, and I mean like I feel like if I can like maybe stab in the foot a couple of times or something, they'll just kind of give up and fall, and they're not really like that predator type vibe. So I feel like an elephant for sure.
you definitely have that DB confidence to say that you could sit here and take down an elephant with a sword.
Most definitely, most definitely.
Oh my gosh. Okay, if you were to host a music festival and you got to pick the headliners, which three are you going with?
Oh, easy. We got Lil Baby, of course, because you can't go wrong with Lil Baby, and then we'll go Lil Baby, we'll go Young Boy, because Young Boy's just a vibe always, and then who's third? I'll probably throw in some. I don't want to say Uzi because Uzi kind of. I'll say Rod Wave. I love Rod Wave, so yeah. Even though it's kind of
Okay.
two different vibes, Uzi, Rod Wave, or Rod Wave, Lil Baby, and Young Boy for sure.
Okay. And last fun one that we've got for you. You might get a little flack for this depending on who your answer is. Who's your GOAT, LeBron or Jordan?
I'm not gonna lie, my goes Dwayne Wade, and a lot of people are not gonna agree with that, but he's the reason. Because before I wore six, I wore three, or before I wore three, I wore before I wore six, I wore three, and it was because of him. Like watching him and LeBron play, like I'm a Heat fan because of Dwayne Wade. So watching Dwayne Wade play was the reason. So he's my goat. Now he's not the goat of basketball, but he's my goat.
Dwayne Wade was fun, man. He was a lot of fun to watch. And that Heat team with him, Bosh, Braun.
For sure.
Gosh, man. Before we let you get out of here, do you have any final message to Sun Devil Nation?
Man, I know it's been a rough couple of years, but we're going to get it right in Tempe. You know, me, Coach Dillingham, Tony, Rodney, the rest of 2024 commits, we come in to make a statement for sure. So believe that and trust the process, man.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Chris, thanks so much for taking the time today, man.
No problem. Thank you.